During our wildlife and bird tour in Scotland, we visited Handa Island off the west coast of Scotland, taking the ferry to the island from Tarbet on a fairly wild and woolly day. In the windy conditions, using a camcorder without a tripod was something of a challenge. Nonetheless, it's worth keeping until better footage is captured. For us, the focus on this part of the tour was to see the enigmatic puffins. However, there is much more to see on the island. This common seal has a low dog-like muzzle with a relatively rounded head and distinct forehead, whereas the grey seal has a much larger head with a high muzzle, often referred to as a Roman nose. On our way up to Great Stack and Puffin Bay, we witnessed a somewhat one-sided amorous advance from a male great skua to a less than enthusiastic female. The great skua is an aggressive bird, deliberately harassing birds as large as gannets to steal a free meal. The great skua will kill and eat smaller birds such as puffins. Along the pathway we spotted a red grouse. Red grouse are resident all year and travel very little throughout their lives. The red-throated diver is the smallest of the UK's divers. In summer it has a distinctive red throat. We eventually reached the Great Stack, which is a most amazing place, home to nearly 200,000 breeding seabirds. These fulmars, although gull-like, are related to the albatrosses. Puffins are one of the best known birds in the world. Their appearance makes them easily recognisable, and they are often known as seabird clowns of the sea. They spend the winter in the North Sea and North Atlantic before starting to return from about early April to the offshore island puffineries to breed. The Great Stack is one of the largest seabird colonies in northwest Europe. There was great activity all the time with birds coming and going and a lot of noise too. The layers of rock in the cliffs are ideal nesting places for the seabirds, particularly for the razorbills and guillemots. Razorbills belong to the auk family, along with the guillemots and puffins. Razorbills and guillemots look a bit like penguins as they stand upright on cliff ledges. The razorbill has a white stripe across its beak and eyes, and the beak is stubbier. Puffins nest in burrows underground, under boulders or in rocky crevices, and lay one egg which hatches about 6 weeks later. Once the puffin chick is able to fly, it leaves the nest and spends the next 3 to 5 years at sea, learning to catch fish and also to look for a mate before returning to land to breed. Guillemots are chocolate brown with a white front and a sharp dagger-like beak, whereas the razorbill is a black bird, again with a white front. Both birds nest on cliffs. Puffins prefer sand eels, and they can hold up to a dozen or so in their incredible beaks. They love the grassy slopes covered with this pink thrift and other wildflowers. They make great subjects for videography, hence the length of these videos. The puffins are such fun to watch, we could have spent the whole time just watching them for hours and hours. This was our first time seeing puffins, and we always thought they were much bigger, but they're actually quite a small bird. Although our visit to Handa Island was much too short, only a few hours, our thanks go to the Scottish Wildlife Trust for their management of the island in cooperation with the owners of the island. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to view our still photos, please visit our website. Canvas prints, cards and magnets of these pictures and more can be purchased on our website http://jrphotography.webplus.net.